Alright guys, so in this session I will be talking about this topic, Bangladesh, a 12 billion debt to Russia and the delayed payments and the growing crisis and concerns in Bangladesh. So you might have heard or you might have read in newspapers that Russia is demanding close to $630 million from Bangladesh as soon as possible, which comes around 5,300 crore if you convert that into Indian currency, right? And in few weeks it can go up to 6,700 crore also. What are the problems and why they are not able to pay back, why Bangladesh is in debt, and that debt comes around 12 billion, which is huge, that too towards one country. And also if you look at Bangladesh debt to India, it's around close to 2 billion, which is around 1.8 billion. Out of that, almost 800 million to Adani, because they are taking the power from Adani also. So we will be looking at it, and the nuclear power plant connected payments, how they have taken the loan, why they have taken the loan, why they are delaying the interest also now, why they even stopped paying interest, and why Bangladesh is in debt or in crisis. All these we will discuss, and I'll also briefly mention about the Bangladesh debt to India, which comes around 1.8 billion, out of which around 800 million to Adani and 1 billion to around other government companies. So that's actually what we are going to look at in this particular session. So a deep dive into Bangladesh nuclear power plant deal and the payment disputes with Russia. Okay, so if you look at this diagram is not complete. Okay, yeah, it is complete only. So if you see Bangladesh debt to Russia, it's around 12 billion. Okay, so out of 12 billion, I've divided like this: the urgent payment, the interest payment, etc. So this is what they're asking to pay immediately, which comes around, $630 million. Okay. Now, Russia's financial pressure on Bangladesh is there. Russia is also under, Russia is already at war, right? So, Russia also need huge financial requirements. So, they are demanding money from Bangladesh. So, additional penalties, Russia will impose late fees if Bangladesh won't pay in time. And there is official communication and letter has been sent to Bangladesh Economic Relations Divisions as well regarding the same, as the payment is not only delayed but it is stopped now. Okay, settling dues, the letter emphasized on the importance of settling the dues and an immediate payment of $630 million. Not much important from exam perspective for us, but see, we wanted to discuss as it is connected with international relation, and that topic is coming again and again in the news, so I just thought of discussing 10 minutes and it's done. Okay, so if you understood certain things from here, what has happened, why they have borrowed, and what are the issues which is connected, and how it can affect India. Sometimes some deals from Bangladesh can come to India, which is good for India. Okay, so there are positives and negatives. So how it is going to impact India is what we need to discuss. And what are the implications on Bangladesh? The trust, lending to Bangladesh is no more sustainable now when you look from the other countries' perspective. So it's a huge issue when it comes to Bangladesh, and Bangladesh is in crisis. They cannot, borrow from others, and ultimately they will borrow from China, and then Chinese debt trap will be much severe. And we have discussed about Kenya last day. Okay, and if China influence Bangladesh, then that will be a big problem even for us also. Okay, so we have already discussed about this Adani Power Plant around 800 million, and then Indian government companies around 1 billion. So all these together, huge financial burden on Bangladesh. This is some statistics which we don't want to discuss. And if you look at breakdown of Bangladesh total debt, so I have just mentioned about India and Russia only here. Okay, a nuclear power plant located near Bangladesh border with India, and between 2025 they have realized that they could not rely on coal, oil or purchased electricity from India for long-term sustainability. So they wanted to construct a nuclear power plant, though it is not fully active. But it just started. One unit have been started and they started generating electricity. And in fact, 2023 was a proud moment for them because they became the 33rd country to have a nuclear power plant and electricity production from that. Okay, the first unit is active and they're producing electricity, and Bangladeshis are using that electricity also. So of course, if you have borrowed from Russia to construct that, and once you start functioning on that, it is your obligation to pay the interest and repayment also. A deal with Russia was struck to build the plant to secure Bangladesh's future energy needs. Yes, that's how this plant has come into existence. Russia offered Bangladesh a loan exceeding 12 billion, and for the Rooppur Nuclear Power Plant project, that's the power plant project that I am talking about. So that's the Russia's loan to the plant, and this project was essential for Bangladesh because I told you, you cannot keep borrowing from India electricity, or you cannot produce with a coal, right? So there are obvious limitations and it is not sustainable over a long run. So you have to do it from your side, and Russia offered that loan. So to establish a reliable source of nuclear energy, the loan was intended to help Bangladesh to construct the plants, which is yet to be completed. What I already told is, see, it's a bigger project. The plant is not fully active, but the units are active. The first unit is active and started producing electricity. Okay. So that's a nuclear energy milestone. Bangladesh become 33rd country to use nuclear energy, that I have told you. That's one of the major achievement if you look at, and it's a proud moment for Bangladesh, symbolizing progress in energy independence. Okay. Now the concerns. Delayed payment is one of the most important concern. The interest payment is actually delayed, and in fact Bangladesh stopped making payments altogether. So that is another issue now. Officially demanded, that I have told you, a letter has been sent officially to the Economic Relations Department, and that's the official demand for payment. And urgent seeking, Russia immediately need, as soon as possible, 630 million to be paid. That's the current situation. Now Russia's official letter to Bangladesh, which I have told you, a formal letter has been sent to Economic Relations Division of Bangladesh, and the deadline, the letter emphasized the urgency of payment because Russia is also in a difficult situation, war with Ukraine, and you know, US is also supporting the current government of Bangladesh. So Russia is watching all these and they are demanding this. Late fees may be imposed. So Russia also threatened to impose late fees if they fail to meet this payment of 630 million immediately. Even if you look at this, problem is not started now after Sheikh Hasina is no more there, or due to the new government over there. It's there during Sheikh Hasina time also. In fact, she requested to defer the payment from 2027 to 2029, but it has been rejected by Russia. You have to start making the repayment from 2027. Okay. Because if you can defer it for 2 years, it will reduce the financial burden on Bangladesh. So my point is, it is not only because of this interim government the sudden action has come, not because of Mohammad Yunus or Yusuf or anything like that. During Sheikh Hasina time also, this was there, and she requested for to defer the payment for another 2 years, but it has been rejected, the proposal, and asked to pay on time, original payment schedule, which is from 2027. Now there are payment issues with Russian contractors over there. That is again a major concern. Russian contractors are not getting paid. Even the Bangladeshi media also highlighted the issues that the Russian contractors are facing with respect to that. And because of that also, the contractors are voicing concern about delayed payments. So that's another issue. Now the economic woes of Bangladesh, if you look at, Russia currently engaged in war. Russia is at war now. And even they are in need of money, right? They even allowed Bangladesh to pay its debt in Chinese currency, yuan also, and a move aimed at easing the financial pressure on the nation. This decision comes in such a situation where difficulties are there due to the delayed payments to both Russian contractors and companies like Adani and the Indian government companies, which is around 1.8 billion, and out of which 800 million to Adani. Furthermore, Bangladesh owes an additional 1 billion to Indian companies, and these unpaid debts coupled with the global economic slowdowns are creating issues and these are the major challenges which has been faced by Bangladesh. Now, economic woes of Bangladesh. Now, there are other issues also. The textile industry is suffering now. The key revenue source facing setbacks because now you are not getting, orders, or you are not able to borrow, because when other countries are understanding that you are not paying it to Russia and India, and you are under significant pressure already, you will not be able to borrow from others, because lending to Bangladesh is no more sustainable to other countries. So it can affect the other sectors and other industries of Bangladesh. So there is an issue with that. And the contracts are shifting. This is what I've told you. It can come to India. That is again a major woe or issue for Bangladesh. Economic downturn, uncertain future of Bangladesh because of all these. So now the future of Bangladesh debt crisis, if you look at the debt burden, that's the main issue that need to be tackled or controlled or solved. And international intervention may be required to prevent a collapse, because to Russia itself, you have 12 billion debt, okay? And a possible default is also there. Now the conclusion, if you look at Bangladesh financial crisis with Russia and India, has reached a critical point. And see, this plant, nuclear power plant, was like a pride for Bangladesh, but now the payments and the loans associated with that is actually becoming a pain to Bangladesh and leading to a bigger crisis. So once it was a symbol of progress, has become a financial strain now, okay? So that's it about this particular topic. I just wanted to mention what the issue which is going on, what the borrowing and for what it is borrowed, why this much, 12 billion has been borrowed from Russia. It's a huge amount, right? And why this immediate payment is required and everything. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. See you.